Hi guys, welcome to GOO ROO Beauty. Today I'm doing for you a really sort of everyday neutral eye, but I wanted to show you the latest palette from theBalm. It's the Nude'tude palette, and it's just a beautiful palette. For everyone in Australia, you can get theBalm from various websites around the place, from the UK and the US, and also theBalm does actually ship themselves internationally, so go onto their website and have a look. This palette, the Nude'tude, does come in both a naughty version. This is the one with the pin-up girls with their bits covered with the eyeshadow pans, or also just a plain. That's called the nice palette. Exact same eyeshadow shades, just different packaging. So naughty or the nice, you get the same beautiful shades. It does come with a nice full-size mirror there, a little brush that I've never used, dual-sided, but it's just gorgeous. I really love it. So today what I have used from that eyeshadow palette is this color palette. I did start with a Maybelline color tattoo in Too Cool for school almost, these color tattoos. I'm sure they'll be coming to Australia sometime soon. I got my set of color tattoos from eBay. Also, I'm using the color Stand-offish around the lid, Sultry as a blending color both above and below the lash lines. We've got, what did I use? Sexy, this sort of plummy burgundy color, Sexy in the crease, with Silly sort of finishing that off around the outer V. I used my Stila Smudgeproof waterproof eye pencil in Stingray, just a beautiful creamy black, and smudged that out with the color Sleek from the Nude'tude palette. I've got Benefit Hervana on my cheeks, you can see that down below, with a few extras if you want to see how I did go about getting this look using that color palette. Stay tuned. Okay, so I have already applied my foundation. I did apply some Strobe liquid lotion just around my cheekbones here, followed by the MAC Matchmaster Foundation. I use this in the shade 3.0 all over the face, and then I did do some concealing under my eyes using the Kat Von D Tattoo Concealer, and I use this in the shade Light, that is already under my eyes. Finally, I did also do my brows using a product that I have fallen in love with recently, and I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about this product on YouTube. What I've used today is the BareMinerals brow color in dark blonde medium brown. By no means am I a dark blonde medium brown hair colour, but it is available in darker colours, and you can see there that it is more of like an ashy grey, but I really like it. It certainly doesn't look ashy grey in my eyebrows. And then I just set those eyebrows with the MAC Brow Set in the shade Beguile. So I'm going to start using on my lid the Maybelline Colour Tattoo in the shade Too Cool. This is the white one. I haven't applied an eye primer underneath as I usually would. I'm just getting some on my finger there and putting it all over my lid. It's a really light shimmery white. It's not opaque, but it just gives you a really good base, obviously, for your shadow to stick to, and it's long lasting all day. It's going to help prevent creasing, and I'm very comfortable using that in place of like my Too Faced shadow insurance. And then using an e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush, I'm just going to apply the shade Stand-offish from the Nude'tude palette. I'm just going to apply this all over my lid. Just a really nice champagne shimmer. Next I'm going to use a Sigma E40. This is called their tapered blending brush. It's like a MAC 224. And I'm going to go in with the best sort of blending shade that they've got in this palette. And this is the shade here. It is called Sultry. I'm just going to get a bit of that on the end of my brush there. Tap it off, and I'm going to be blending it into the crease just really lightly. This brush, just, you know, the looseness of this brush just helps to keep it really diffused. This is obviously just going to be a transition and a base for a darker crease that I'm about to apply. Now I'm going to use a mint brush. This is from Makeup by Iman, who's a YouTube guru here. She makes this brush here. It's called the number 20. I really love these tapered crease type blending brushes. Love them. I'm going to dip this in the colour Sexy from the palette here. It's just a really nice sort of plummy burgundy maroon type shade, and I'm just tapping the very edge of the brush in. You want to keep obviously the bristles on the fat end of the taper free to do the blending, free from product, and I'm just going to place that in the crease really lightly, really gently, just back and forth, and circles to complete that outer V shape. Just going to bring that around to underneath the eye. We're going to be doing more work under there in a moment. Just going to go back to that blending E40 brush now and just very lightly blend out what we've just done with that sexy colour. Just going to go in now using that same number 20 mint brush here with the colour Silly. It's just sort of a shimmery type brown shade, and I just want to go back over, you know, the very outer corner. Next I'm going to do a bit of lining around the eye, and today I'm using the Stila Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner, and that is in the shade Stingray. I really love it. They really do last a long time. It's really nice and black, really creamy, and it's nice and mechanical, so really easy and convenient to use when you're in the rush in the mornings. Now I'm going to focus this on just the outer corner. You can see my eyes, how they're rounded. I'm not going to go any further in than sort of the highest point of my eye. And I'm just going to sort of make that quite, you know, thin there, and then just build it out. This is so creamy. It's one of those eyeliners that you just kind of can dot. And this again does not have to be too precise because I will be smudging it out. Okay, this is a really easy one to do your tight lining with because it is so creamy. You can get right in there. You don't have to press too hard. I don't even have to sort of, you know, pull my lid back. But it's just going to transfer really quickly and really easily to my tight line there. And then I am just going to line just the very outer sort of quarter, I guess, of my eye, right in the lash line, and then into the waterline, making sure to get right up there in the corner. And I'm going to make sure that they sort of match up there with that fat wing I did on the outer corner. Today I will be using the dark brown shade from the Nude'tude palette. This is called Sleek. Just going to tap the very edge of that pencil brush into that shade, tap it off, and then blend out what I've done with the pencil so that it's not a severe line. I'm just sort of going back and forth, concentrating on the outer edge of the line that I've just put down to smooth that down, make it look just a little bit more blended and soft. And then I'll be bringing that under where I've put the pencil down here. The crows are calling today. I know that some of you do enjoy hearing the Australian birds when I do these tutorials. I think that's two of them calling to each other. Okay, now I am going to go in with another tapered brush. This is a Sigma small tapered blending brush, an E45. I love this, I really do. I'm just going in with my current highlight colour since I've run out of my Wet n Wild. This is a little bit lighter. It's from Inglot, their matte 351 shadow. I'm going to go right along the brow bone and also just right on the inner corner. Now I've curled my lashes using my Laura Mercier eyelash curler, and I'm going to follow up using a Benefit They're Real mascara. My, what a difference seasoning makes. That's my term for, you know, when you open a mascara and you know, it sits for a few weeks. I guess it's exposed to oxygen or something, and for me it takes a good few weeks to season properly. The mascara changes from something that's, you know, quite liquidy to something completely different. And yesterday was the first time that I've used this mascara and been as impressed as the raving reviews that I've seen on YouTube. And I've used it probably 5-6 times in the first few weeks that I'd had it opened, and I thought it was good, but I would say it was on par with a lot of drugstore mascaras that I have and currently enjoy. But yesterday it's like eyelashes came out from nowhere that I never knew I had. I'm really impressed with the drama that this mascara gave. That's the difference that it makes. And I love putting mascara on, but these lashes, honestly, like I say, it's like there are lashes that came from nowhere that I didn't even know I had. Everything looks a lot more volumized, looks, you know, longer and more dramatic, and just, you know, a lot of impact with this mascara. I do really enjoy it. I am going to powder this down, but just in the sort of T section. I'm using my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural in Medium Plus and a Real Techniques blush brush. I love this for powder. Just get it right in there, pat it really around here. Next I'm going to go in with another Real Techniques brush. This is their contour brush, and I'm using one of my newest highlighters, the MAC Loose Powder in Silver Dusk. I'm just going to pop that on lightly as a highlight. And it is a really pretty highlight. I like it. You can really make it very dramatic and dewy looking, or just, you know, quite subtle depending on the brush you use and how much you pop on. I'm going to use the Nasia Chio brush to apply some Benefit Hoola bronzer. It's just a matte brown. Again, just using the very tip of the brush, tapping it off and starting up quite high there from the top of my ear, pressing quite lightly just to get the colour down off the tip, and then I'll start blending. Up into the temple area. Then using a Stila number 24 blush brush, I'm going to be using the Benefit Box Blush in Hervana. Looks like that, and just swirling it all around through the colours. And sort of in some place between where I've put the highlighter and the bronzer, just pop that on in little circles. Finally, just to keep this area of my face quite bright, I'm going to go back in with the Physicians Formula Mineral Correcting Powder in Translucent. Because this is quite a bit lighter than my skin tone, I'm just sort of patting the kabuki brush in, pat, pat, like that, laying that down, and then blending out, you know, what I've just done on my cheeks so that it's a little bit more natural looking, and tapping that just again on the center of my forehead. Then I'm going to use my brow pencil from Models Preferred, their retractable eyebrow pencil in medium. I'm going to line the lips with that. And today I'm applying MAC's High Tea. My sister, who's a lot fairer than I, we actually were Skyping the other day, and she put her High Tea on and it looked so much darker on her. It looked like a darker sort of peach, an orangey peach. Mine looks a lot more nude on me. So you can see here, it just looks like a shimmery pink on me. I was amazed how dark it looked on her. But just a reminder that lipsticks look completely different from one skin tone to another. I get a lot of comments on my Revlon lip butter, you know, the whole set swatched on my lips, how different it looks on other people. And that lesson that I learned looking at my sister's High Tea on her lips reminded me that yeah, it's just an amazing difference, and that's why the more people that submit swatches to the internet, on their blogs or on YouTube, the more helpful it is to people who are researching those shades before they go out and buy them. And then finally, I'm just using some LipFusion MicroCollagen Lip Plump in the shade Sweet. It's just a really nice sort of peachy colour. I'm just going to apply that to the very centre. I do really like these lip glosses. Don't know if it makes a big difference visually, but they smell nice and taste nice too. Really nice shades. So this is the finished look, guys. Definitely leave your comments down below and we'll talk to you again really soon. Have a great day. Bye.